The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks
Every
like
week on Leonard's Look, we give our Mike Leonard a chance to explore some unusual or quirky aspect of American life. And this morning, Mike shows us the new look of the family farm.
In an all-American cornball sort of way, this story has it all. Lofty ideals, a sweeping musical score, moments of despair, seeds of hope, loss, discovery, even a sudden health crisis.
Allergies.
But central to it all is the symbolic tale of a hard-working third-generation farm family who recently developed a rather curious way of greeting visitors.
Get lost. Okay, I get the message. I'll get lost. All right, I am lost. Are you happy now? I'm happy.
Because every time another person gets lost in their Macedon, New York cornfield, Doug and Joan Allen find themselves another step up in their struggle to climb out of the deepening financial rut that threatens the very existence of the American family farm.
Right now, there is absolutely no profit whatsoever in corn, soybeans, wheat at all.
There is, however, profit in a new cash crop. People willing to pay $6.50 for the opportunity to lose themselves for a couple of hours, at least, in the Allens' 4-acre maze of corn.
You're going to be lost, but you're going to find something in yourself that you didn't know you had.
You're suggesting maybe a lack of direction, poor organizational skills, a flawed intellect, no intestinal fortitude?
You'll find your way.
The Allens did, after meeting up with Don Frantz, a big city theatrical producer who happened to gaze out of an airplane window 6 years ago and see a vision form in the cropland. A vision that grew into the blossoming business of advising farmers everywhere how to turn a cornfield liability into a money-making playground.
It is the world's largest game board, you know. It is 2 miles of path. These mazes are twice, 3 times the sizes of any mazes that were built in England that we always heard about. It's the American interpretation of the art form of the maze, using American soil.
Rich soil that is making the farmers anything but. To the Allens, living under the looming pressure of advancing land developers, the decision to buy into the maze idea was not an easy one. The investment was substantial. Designing fees, consulting fees, bridges, towers, speakers.
I need a clue. I'm totally lost.
When we were building it and all the money was shelling out, and it was pretty stressful.
We just had faith that if we did our job, that people would be there, and it happened. They came.
In numbers big enough last year to help the Allens turn a profit. Could this be the wave of the future?
It is the wave of our farm future. It's just going to allow us to keep our farm, yes.
Some people work hard, have faith, and find a way out, while others, it seems, well, they aren't so lucky.
Darn map, the wind blew it in there.
As if a map would help. For today, Mike Leonard, NBC News, Macedon, New York.
We were determined not to let Mike Leonard outdo us, so we have created our very own Today Show corn maze in the area outside Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza. Created that, of course, courtesy of Don Frantz with the American Maize Company. Don, great to see you. Welcome back.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Why are these things so popular right now?
It's just great to get lost. It's great to get back to the farm. It's great to spend some time with your family in a great big game.
Before we get into the specifics about what you created here, we have Al, Ann, and Katie who are ready and somewhat willing to try this corn maze here. We've gotten through the bickering over whether they were going to actually carry flags or not.
Like Roker, Couric, and Curry reporting for duty, sir!
Mr. Roker, are you ready to give this a try?
Ready, sir!
So you'll go in intervals, about 20 seconds apart. That's the entrance, I understand, over there.
Okay.
Okay? No, be careful.
Watch it!
All right.
Tell me about the maze you created here, Don. How big is it? How many years of corn?
There's about 4,200 stalks of corn. It's 3,000 square feet, much smaller than what we usually do out in the farm, but we're in Manhattan.
How long did it take for you and your workers to create this here in Rockefeller Plaza?
We started loading up the trucks yesterday morning at 8 o'clock.
Go ahead, Katie.
We started bringing it in here at 11 o'clock last night.
Now, this is obviously, as you said in the Mike Leonard piece, this is also something that makes economic sense for a lot of farmers around the country. Explain that a little more. Ann, go ahead.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Ann. The USDA Small Farms Project Task Force says it is part of the sustainable farming. It's a way to create new revenue for small family farms.
I heard that you said that it is a little bit costly. There's an investment that is on the part of the farmer. How much does it cost for the average farmer to make a maize?
Oh, it can be anywhere from $70,000 to $150,000. Depends upon the resources the farmer has.
And what about some of the popular designs for mazes around the country? You've already mentioned they can be 4 and 5 acres, which is huge.
Yeah.
What are the popular designs?
Well, we like to do, as American Maize Company, Americana themes. So this year we have Washington Crossing the Delaware in Trenton and the Liberty Bell in Pennsylvania, Cape Hatteras Lighthouse.
Now, this one is probably a little easy, although we haven't seen any of our fearless investigators come back yet. But some of the mazes, I understand, can take people hours to finish.
We had a record in Camarillo, California, 6 hours and 38 minutes.
Now, does it take a certain kind of personality or mentality to be good at finding your way through a maze?
I think any personality works, but you become more who you are in the maze. So the Type A personality,
What do you mean by that?
The Type A personalities, they go off the roof.
Are you good since you've created so many mazes?
Where's Al?
What'd you do, mug the other two in there?
You think I'm that competitive?
That was really good.
No, I didn't. I just was cruising, and I think Al must have hit some dead ends.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute, Al's coming out the opening.
Al's coming out. Al, back out. And way to go. Very nice. Now, we're going to go to the videotape here tomorrow to see if you actually ran through one of the walls to get back here.
I did not. I
Did
did
you?
not cheat. That was fun.
Good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I can't do it. It was really fun. I took some wrong turns. There were a couple dead ends.
Do me a favor, if in the control room, place a call to Willard. He's going to need to fill in for Al tomorrow.
Oh, there he goes.
Is he getting close?
No.
I just going to continue to find his way out. Don, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
That was great fun.
Great to have you here.
Son, thank you.
And we're back in a moment. This is Today on NBC. The drought. Where do you get the corn?
Oh, okay, Matt.
I'm going in.
I'm going to give it a whirl. Go ahead, Matt. Good luck. We have about a minute and a half. Big shot. We'll see how fast you are. And as we watch Matt, I just wanted to ask Don Frantz, how many farmers across the country do this now? Do you have a number?
There are hundreds. There will be 300 mazes in the United States, Europe, Australia.
It's amazing how it's amazing how it's done. I didn't even know to do that. So how many have you yourself done?
22.
22.
Yes.
And is it a ton of work to do them?
It is, but it's almost like farming. It's like your backyard garden.
How long does it take to carve out your average maze?
Over a course of 4 months, we'll plant it, make it, put in the sound systems, the bridges, the towers.
Oh, so you don't actually cut down the corn?
Oh, yes, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you have a plan before you actually build it?
Absolutely, yeah. The designers do it on computer. Ian Marshall's here today, Rich Whirl, and then we put it on computer and go in 3 days, cut the whole thing.
It's amazing. They construct a maze with computers. That is a very 90s way of farming.
Running!
How much time does Matt have?
Oh, this is good. Here he comes.
Yes! Okay. I do want to admit one thing.
You watched it.
No, some guy in the back corner said, no, straight.
Oh, you got some help.
Somebody back there did give me a little help.
Kind of like, what's the name of the woman who ran the New York Marathon?
Rosie Ruiz, yeah.
Kind of the
Jumped on the subway.
Rosie Ruiz of mazes.
Don, that's so much fun. You did a great job with that.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
All right, can you keep it here for a few months?
Sure, it's a New City Park.
Say, can you keep it in it for a few minutes?
See you tomorrow, everybody.